imagine that hitting puberty and being can be aggressive and just have mood swings and be rebellious. So her father just decided that they controlled all of their children very. What's the word I'm looking for? They were very controlling. They expected a lot from their children. They didn't want any outbursts. They wanted the perfect little children. And her father thought that it may hurt his political career to have a daughter who was seen as, rebellious and wild. It all comes down to that old political career. So he just decided to take her when she was 23 and lobotomize her. And he did not tell her mother prior to doing it. So at this point, I'm going to read you an excerpt from my phone. I'm just going to warn you right now, this is probably going to be very disturbing to some people, so if you want to cut out the next 1 minute, feel free. But here is an excerpt from the doctor who did her lobotomy about the procedure. He said, "We went through the top of the head. I think she was awake. She had a mild tranquilizer. I made a surgical incision in the brain through the skull. It was near the front. It was on both sides. We just made a small incision, no more than an inch. The instrument we used looked like a butter knife. He swung it up and down to cut the brain tissue. We put an instrument inside. Dr. Watts, that was his name, and Dr. Freeman also was in there because, he was on the forefront. As Dr. Watts cut, Dr. Freeman put questions to Rosemary. Put questions. I would never say that. He asked her questions. For example, he asked her to recite the Lord's Prayer or sing God Bless America, or sing God Bless, or sing God Bless America, or count backward. We made an estimate on how far to cut based on how she responded. When she began to become incoherent, they stopped." So, needless to say, if you've heard anything about her, which you probably haven't because they hid her like a dirty secret, basically. After the procedure, her mental state went to that of a 2-year-old. She could not take care of herself. She couldn't walk. She couldn't speak coherently. She was incontinent, so she couldn't hold her bowels or her bladder. They basically mutilated her. So,
and there's no way they kept her with them, right? Did they leave her at they left her somewhere?
They institutionalized her for the rest of her life.
I figured.
And she lived a long, horrible life and died at 86. Yeah. Although she did eventually learn to walk again.
So she couldn't even walk?
No. After the procedure, she couldn't even walk or anything, which that was common for them to be very confused, not be able to hold their bladder or their bowels. Just like a traumatic brain injury, I would assume, but then some people get a little better and some people don't. And she, I guess, got better to a point, but yeah, they shipped her off to an institution and basically pretended she didn't exist.
Well, why couldn't they have done that before? Like if you had an embarrassing child, why couldn't they just send her away?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question.
They were going to do that anyway.
Just send her away. And how they shocked people into unconsciousness before they did the lobotomies a lot of times. But with hers, as you could tell from that excerpt, she was awake. So yeah, these are things that we used to do to people, if you can believe it.
Oh, I believe it.
I mean, I believe it too, but and what's that movie? There's some movies, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, where he's in the prison.
Shutter Island?
Shutter Island.
It's been years since I've seen it, so I don't remember what it was about.
And I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a lobotomy in there somewhere, and also the movie Sucker Punch. And you can look up tons of gruesome things about lobotomies on YouTube. I looked it up. You can see maybe I'll try to find a picture of the instrument that they used and post it on our Instagram.
I'd like to see that.
So you can check it out. Marvelously Morbid is our Instagram name and our email name and our Facebook name. We try to keep it consistent. We're easy to find. I'm trying to lean away from the mic when I do the loud, bustling laughter because I scared the shit out of myself with the loud, busting laughter last episode. But yeah.
Okay, so you don't know when it became illegal? Like, when did they stop?
I don't know when they stopped. Someone tell us.
Randy, they may still do one. Randy.
Someone tell us. We need a third. I don't think they still do them. I think that
not
the equivalent. Well, I don't know about the equivalent, but I think now they do the electric ECT.
Okay, yeah, that's not
or whatever. Yeah, not
so that replaced it. No, that is not the same.
No, I don't know that it replaced it, but no, I don't think they do. Geez, I hope they don't do lobotomies anymore.
Like for real in the middle.
Now I'm afraid to go to the psychiatrist.
Don't go back.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a real. That's a real bummer.
It really.
But
is.
we've learned. We've moved on. Let's see. Let's talk about something happy for a second. What am I really? Oh, I took my dog to the vet and got her anal gland squeezed, and she feels so much better. So that's good. It's a sunny day.
It is sunny. There are like no clouds in the sky.
There aren't a cloud in the sky. I almost feel like...
And it's been raining for like 20 days straight here, so...
I almost feel like a normal person, so that's good.
I do too.
Yeah. Let's not have a lobotomy, a Debbie Downer hangover here. Try to end on a positive note. I wish we had like a jingle. I could get some marachas. Let us know if you want to hear a maracha jingle.
What's a maracha? Those look like a little shaky thing. Maracha.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And if not, we'll try to do better next time.
We will.
We're always striving for perfection. Bye, guys.